All right, and welcome to round one here. Okay, we're starting off on the draw with a very clear mulligan here. I think this is fine. We'll keep this. All right, fatal push in the dark. That is pretty important because it could be a very, very good card. I think we're going to keep this. There's just too many decks that could really abuse us where we could use that. All right, so blue-black. So it definitely could be good. Could have been a bad top. If we get a siphoner here, you know, we'll feel pretty smart. Oh, maybe not. Okay, now we want to top deck a siphoner. Not that. We'll play a land and pass. Kind of cards we want to see here, or I would say like a champion, kind of funnel through the draws. All right. A Doomfall from, okay, that's going to bring up our sensor for sure. Gotta love the one-of sensor. Coming in clutch already. Not what we wanted to top deck. Really wish we bottomed the fatal push at this point, but you really can't know, you know? Since we had a ballista, I believe that was in our hand as well. No, it wasn't. It was, we drew that after fatal push. Then we definitely would have bottomed it. All right. Just playing draw go. Nothing we can really do right now. Can't do much about a glimmer here if that's what he's choosing to do. We could commit it, but we have no way to really get it out of there, so I think that would be a poor use of commit. We commit things like Scarab God right now. So that kind of brings me to the indication that they might just be straight blue-black control, which I think is very bad for us game one. Yeah. Ugh, and that would be the worst top deck. If it is indeed blue-black control, we really just have to hope we can stick something like this. Okay. So this is going to be a pretty close to unwinnable game. Once blue-black control gets in this position, we didn't have an early siphoner to really take advantage of our draw here. Ooh, an arch. That's an interesting play. Well, yeah, we just got to play a ballista and hope it accomplishes something, but there's really no way. I would guess his play is just going to be Gear Hulk, Glimmer, not care about ballista. Yeah, another Glimmer is probably pretty good for him, too. Yeah, I think I'd put our chances to win this game at about 1%. Being generous, I would say. But that's all right. Post-board, I think it gets a lot better for us. Like, I think we're actually favored post-board. But still, this is a very tough matchup. Moment of Craving. Okay. Not going to let him gain 2 life. No land drop. Uh-oh. All right, we're just going to pass. Is this another Glimmer? He's deep in the tank. Illumination. You know, I'm pretty sure if we Supreme Will, it's just going to get negated if he even cares. Which he probably won't, but he's trying to make land drops. I think we are going to counter this. This Supreme Will is not going to be worth more than just the impulse side here very soon. I bet he's waiting, if he has the negate, to just draw, play one more land, play a Scarab God, back it up with negate, and then we're pretty in trouble. In trouble, but not out yet. Blue-black control, I feel, really does have the advantage when it comes to these Grixis and blue-black mid-range decks, which I think makes it a very good choice to play. But then you think about the other decks like Sultai or green-white tokens or vampires, and it just has like very bad matchups. So while it might be good in these kind of situations, it really is very situational when it comes to other decks. We're going to drop a Siphoner here. Be very shocked if we draw a card off that. Yep. Max punished for keeping that Fatal Push on top at the start of the game. Still think it was correct, but, you know, you can't really know. Another contempt. It's going to be a long one, boys and girls. Buckle up. Except he gets to start arching us pretty soon. We need to find a Field of Ruins. Just draw going. Alright, so he has 8 permanents, so he gets the City's Blessing pretty soon. Wow. Third Fatal Push is not going to be what the doctor ordered, that's for sure. We really need a Champion of Wits and for it to somehow resolve. Because then it's just draw 2 cards. We're not getting anything of the sort. Alright, looks like we got a Gear Hulk coming in. Attempt to Essence Scatter that. Disallow. I think we really have to commit that. Don't want that Gear Hulk to resolve. Like I said, probably an unwinnable position anyways, but I think we're going to do that, and we honestly might just try to memory this guy. It's probably not going to resolve anyways, but I think we'd have a better chance. Oh, they got new City's Blessing banners. Those are pretty cool. He's Gear Hulking during his turn. Never a good sign. Glimmering. Having all the fun. Yeah, if we were to Time Twister or Memory next turn, I think it would just immediately end in us losing the game, so maybe we'll look at other avenues first. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to spin it. Our hand is terrible, so... He's thinking about it. Should I just let that happen? I think I might. Unless his hand is that good. If anything, we got a counter out there. But really, at any point, if he drops a Scarab God, we can't really win. And we can at least go for some contempts. Try to get the immediate threat off the table. Goes to Glimmer. I think we're going to try to do it now. Something, if I was in his boat, I'd probably just be like, okay, Glimmer, draw 2 cards, and then Arch. That's what I would see on my side. But, ooh, consign. Well, I definitely have to do that in response because he gets to activate it again. Yeah, and at this point, he's got all the answers. But you never concede early, you know? I always play until I'm dead. Sometimes it makes for very boring game states like this where we are very clearly probably not winning this game, but there's always that 1 percentile that maybe he messes up and we get to take advantage of something, or, you know, there could be anything. Could string together some champions and really start taking advantage of that. He doom falls and he's gonna laugh. Yeah, he could consign me right now if he wanted to really get those fatal pushes out of there. Nope, just gonna play a Gear Hulk instead. Knows we don't have an answer for it. Playing his 18th Glimmer of the game, I would imagine. Yeah, if we had one more land, maybe we could think there's a world where we could top deck Scarab God and somehow get back into this, but nope. More than likely, we'll just be losing in 2 turns, 3 turns. Swamp's not going to help us here. This would be a good time to just fast forward through this game. Get to game 2 if I were you. Draws his card. That's a really cool piece of technology there. I like that. And we have Field of Ruins, so it's not as devastating, but still a very good way to go long if you don't have Azcanta. Speak of the devil. Azcanta hits the board. We're going to draw a card. Ooh. In some world, maybe he has been digging for a counterspell this whole time. And we lose. Okay. On to game 2. So we definitely want to take out our fatal pushes on the play. They may bring in Siphoners, so there might be a chance that we want to bring them back in later. We're going to bring in Negates, Bloodfast. I like a Duress on the play. I don't like overloading on that card. I like Doomfall as the true card. I'm going to take out these Aetherborns. Essence Scatters are good. We want all our counter spells. Walking Ballistas are quite bad. I think we want something like this. Ravenous Chupacabra is not very good either. So maybe a commit. The contempts are still very important, you know. You want to shave on some of them, but really you can't take too many of them out. On the draw, I think we're going to bring in more duress. But on the play, I think we're going to stick with this configuration and see how it does for us. All right. Hopefully this game's a little better. Really, I think the most important card for us is Glint Sleeve Siphoner, keeping that alive. Because once it hits, they don't keep in a lot of fatal pushes because it becomes very much like a liability, you know? Because that really is the only target. You could hit Champions Eternalize, but that's very rarely happening. One of the biggest cards in this matchup is Argo's Bloodfast. Having that on the play when they don't have a counterspell, it almost for sure seals their doom. You just do nothing until you have drawn so many more cards that you can really pull ahead. Game 2, I could see some of the lists do bring in Glint Sleeve Siphoners. And that's a card that, you know, a lot of people side all of their removal out. And I think that's a big problem. That's why I really love cards like Doomfall. Because we're really prepared for him to do that. But if he doesn't, we still do the same thing and have a 3-mana exile effect to clear the way for a Scarab God or really anything. But it's a very versatile card that I think is very good. If we see Siphoners on the draw, we're going to bring back in Ballistas more than likely. Yeah, I just think you got to have some way to deal with it. But I really think this is a very lackluster card in the matchup. All right, opponent taking his sweet time here. Looks like we got 8 minutes or 8 seconds. Okay. So we're going to play first. All right, this hand on the play is very good. You know, only thing to be better if this was a Bloodfast, but this is a Snap Keep. I always lead on Swamp here. I can see a case for leading on Catacombs. But yeah, I usually lead on Swamp. The deck does not have mana troubles whatsoever, and sometimes I lead with Catacombs, and then I'll play another Catacombs, not thinking, be like, oh yeah, you need a Swamp, you know? So I try to avoid that kind of problems whenever I can. Alright, so our opponent molts to 6. Let's see if he kept on top or bottom. Put the card on bottom. So we're going to start with a Swamp. Shift the turn. And I really like this hand because we can wait to Doomfall until the turn before Liliana and just try to win the game that way. He's going to Duress us. Okay, we're okay with that. If he has Duress and like a push, you know, that gets a little annoying, but for now we're okay with that. Now what we really want to top deck is a Aether Hub. Aether Hub would be the draw. It just allows us to draw an extra card. It would also settle for like a champion or something like that. Or, of course, Argo's Bloodfast. Takes the Liliana. Most powerful card. Makes sense. Okay, not what we wanted to draw. Another land that doesn't give us energy. Now we're really crossing our fingers that this Siphoner sticks. No! No! He had the nuts. Ugh. Yeah, now we'll start stripping his hand and try to make his draw as bad as ours, but that was really our window. Okay, yeah, and he's got ways to go long. So we're going to take that Disallow. Yep, that's not great for us. His deck top decks out of these things a little better. And did he just immediately top deck? Search for Escanta would be very bad. I don't see any other card it could truly be that he would tap like that. Interesting. Okay. Don't think we want to play this yet. We're just going to ship the turn. Could have been doing that to just get us to Doomfall, thinking he drew Search for Azcanta. Could easily see that. So we're going to get that arch out of there as soon as possible. That's a pretty decent draw. We're just going to do it now. That card's pretty good. Maybe he drew a Glimmer here that he's going to try to do, and we'll definitely negate that. Okay. We're going to go get a Swamp. Move to combat, see if he wants to use that mana. Guessing the answer would be no. Okay, then we're just going to say go. He did draw a Glimmer. Yep, not going to give him card advantage at this point. Alright, our opponent's at Essence Scatter and one other magic card. Yeah, nothing we're immediately afraid of except just more Glimmers. More ways for him to hit land drops while we miss them. Yeah, Search for Azcanta is bad if he has that. Yep, that's not good for us at all. Ugh. Could Doomfall him now to take Essence Scatter in case we draw Scarab God. Might not be the worst. Then we get to see his other card. Might just be better waiting to protect. Yeah, let's do it now. If we draw Scarab God, we're gonna feel smart. A disallow. Okay, well, gotta take the disallow. It's just a better counterspell. Puts a card into the graveyard. It's a Contempt. Yep, we're in trouble here, boys and girls. Maybe we Field of Ruins a little too prematurely. Yeah, his play right here is Field of Ruinsing and then being able to put something in the graveyard and immediately flip it. I think that's pretty good. We really need to draw some action here. Or just a Field of Ruins. Puts a Gearhulk in the graveyard. Really shows how much he wants that active Azcanta here. And I mean, it's gonna eat us up. We really need it now. Or like a god, not a censor. Ugh. Yep, that's probably going to be game. Commit, yep. Really just need Field of Ruins now because he's going to be able to counter first couple things we play. Well, he might actually let this resolve. Maybe not. Well, okay. Now time to find that Field of Ruins. Gonna get rid of a Contempt for sure. Probably just 2 Contempts here. 1 should be enough. We're going to play a land. We're not going to play this Siphoner, though. Just walks right into his Essence Scatter. There's just no point. We really want to do it when we can duress him or something. Yep, and his hand is just going to be doubling in size each turn. Yeah, I really think if we held that Field of Ruins, we would be in this game. Probably a huge play mistake. 10-turn clock. All right, we're going to look. Highly doubt he'll counter this. Field of Ruins, we got it. Okay. It just has to be. Okay. Get that out of there. Hopefully it's not too late. Ooh. Ooh. Summonings. That's a good Magic card. Yeah, he doesn't even have gods. Okay. Yep, this is that version, so leaving in Contempts was quite bad. Yeah, I do think this is a quite bad matchup for us, but this card's probably going to go the distance. Yeah, if we went to another game, we'd probably just clock this guy out. That's another bad thing about playing Control. Is like, do you really want to be playing that kind of game all the time? Can't really play Gonti here. Can't really play much of anything for a while. Iskant is back for more fun. Yeah, Gonti does not do much here either. We just Gonti, then he's gonna commit it, and he gets a 4/4 out of the deal. Scarab God. Well, now we got to start making a move. We're going to play Gonti now. Give it a shot. It's been committed. He gets a 4/4. Really have to hope this guy just misses once. Ugh. That's not a miss. Duress. Not that this is relevant. We just have to hope something very big is on top. Maybe it could be a Liliana that he doesn't have an answer for. No, we got nothing in the graveyard. I guess it could be another Scarab God and he doesn't have an answer. And then we still might not win. But we know Gonti is the card after that. All right, that's going to be game. We'll try again next round.